So what you're telling me is if I don't have the oil sensor in for our oil tank, the brake light won't work? What in the Piaggio? Hold on. Let's see what's going on here. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but so the brake light comes on, but it doesn't actually read from the brake lever. Okay. Hold on. All this apart now. Just to plug this sensor in. So this oil level sensor out of the oil tank. Let's see, boys. Here we go. What in the Piaggio? Well, thank you to the Piaggio boys for that tip, but that's something I've never seen. But boys, it is time to get back to work on our Piaggio Typhoon. We are getting straight into pulling the Typhoon apart, and first thing I wanted to do today was the headlight. Sadly, yet again, the third set of bulbs I ordered right here are still the wrong bulbs. I don't know what bulbs go in this style headlight, but I can't find them anywhere for some reason. It's still not right. They're all a little too small. So this one has a crazy setup where it has to, see, it's a little too small to actually lock into the pins on the side. And then it has the actual connector that's prying on the back here. It's supposed to be prying on that. So the original ones were a way different setup, as you could see, like that. And then this one was even a different one. They're both different, which is weird. And then now I'm trying to swap to this, but I can't for the life of me find any headlight that actually works in this scooter right now. Unless someone in the comments knows exactly what bulbs go in here, I'm going to do some more research and try to find some on Amazon again. Or take this light with me down to the actual store and try to find something. But everything I order online that says it's for this is not. Other than that, we do have a few goodies here to throw on the Piaggio today. I guess you could say most importantly would be the front brake situation. If you've been following along with the Typhoon build, or if you're familiar with the Typhoons, this thing used to have a brake that was a cable-driven handbrake that went to a master cylinder down here with the reservoir tucked back here. It was very, very over-engineered and complicated, and then it went to a fluid brake, and then the fluid brake down to the caliper. So I decided to ditch that. We just went and grabbed a cheap front master handbrake, and it has the low-rise reservoir, which looks pretty clean. Also, for the people who do the Honda Elites, and they want to keep the headset but they're running disc brakes, this is the one I run. This is on Amazon. It's a low-rise reservoir, and it actually fits. As you can see, there's the top cap to it right there. But it fits under the headset perfectly fine. Also, we grabbed ourselves another naked bar stem. Now, I know I'm still debating if I want to run the naked bar setup or the full actual headset. For now, because I haven't got an actual stock bars and stock headset and everything for that yet, I wanted to get rid of this stem because last time we had major issues. The stem is all tweaked and it actually has a bolt snapped in it now. And the actual piece that goes down into the bar was cross-threaded and kind of stripped. So went and got a cheap one. I think these are like 20 bucks or something. I don't really remember. But we'll throw that on for the meantime, black, and get rid of some of the white. I don't really like the carbon on it. It has like a hydro dip looking carbon to it. Not really a fan of that, but like I said, we'll throw it on for the meantime. And then we also went and grabbed ourselves a new MOPBOYZ belt for this thing. So we're going to work on, obviously, getting this thing finalized and dialed today, and then hopefully throw a new belt in it and mess with the carb a little bit. But I want to get the stem situation done before we add more, brake cable and everything to the bars here. So we're going to pop this off, and then we're going to work on getting this thing off. I have a feeling that this thing's going to be, when I felt that top bolt last time, how it was like kind of cross-threaded in, I have a feeling that bolt's not going to want to come out. So let's see how bad this thing really is right now. This stem is already been questionable since I got it. It was already mounted wrong and really tightened. And then the bottom part into the actual fork here that we found out later on was barely even in there. Like, that one came out. This one up top though, see, that one's in there now. See this beat stem? This stem is so beat because I had to hammer it down last time, and I was definitely hammering it down from the top right here because I already ordered another stem, so I was just trying to get it on there in the meantime. But this thing right here, she is in there, boys. I don't think we're getting this one off. Oh yeah, I think we're taking out in one now. That's good, because now the part in the fork is actually gonna come out. Oh my God, boys, I can see it now. I did not even notice that the first time. That's why no matter what the bars were sitting, they looked like they were tilted to the left. I knew it. I thought the stem just wasn't sitting flush. I don't think I even noticed it the first time. I see the JB weld he put in down here. Holy smokes. This thing. JB welded and twisted, but not cracked. But as you can see here, the reason the stem doesn't sit flat, look how ovalized everything is in here. So I think what I'm gonna do, obviously come in here and clean this up with the file and Dremel this JB weld away, but I think I'm gonna just take an angle grinder to the top of this, just grind it flat, because I think that's what's really caulking off the stem. But it's definitely bent, boys. Oof, we're gonna make it work. All right, boys, as you can see, we got our new stem on there. It was kind of a lot of work, that's why I really didn't film much of it. Going ham on this thing, really trying to get it dialed. Got it pretty much the best I could. We filed down the bar. I also filed down the top, barely, just to kind of even it out. And we're still sitting a little bit crooked, but you could see it from the spacing on the bottom, how it's kind of tilted that way. But we're gonna need a whole front end basically for this thing if we want to go back to OEM bars at this point. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now. I think I'm going to get rid of this big ball bearing NCY throttle because I do not like these ones. If you know, these are, they have a ball bearing inside of the throttle grip here. I'll show you when I take it off. It makes it where the grip is like abnormally thick and it feels really weird rather than how these ones are a normal grip. And it just feels, I don't like the way this feels. It feels like a Harley Davidson with the fat grips like this. So I'm going to remove that, get rid of the blue throttle cable. And also, I want to get this kind of set on there. We have a stage 6 front brake line. I want to make sure this is the right length. So I think that's what we're going to do real quick, is kind of get a run for this and make sure that it's all correct length. Everything mounted on the front roughly, and then we'll keep working on this front end. I really just want to make sure that this stage 6 cable is the right length, because to me this thing looks super short. This is the whole front brake line. So let's get this thing mounted up. We got the one with the 90 tip on the actual brake lever. It's a little bit better routing. I've noticed that huge difference in this version versus the one that's a 45. See, that's a little tight. I don't like that. Might have to drill a new hole, because before it kind of routed on this right side and came into a loop. I think I'm gonna drill a hole right here now. All right, brake line all routed now. Once the plastics are on, it'll kind of hold it like here, and then it has all that slack to kind of maneuver around. So should be plenty fine there. I'm gonna go ahead and bleed this thing now, throw some brake fluid in it, get the front brake bled, and then we'll work on, like I said, swapping out the throttle. I already swapped out this grip, so now we have a regular size grip, not that huge diameter one. As you can tell, that one's a big old fat. This is to come later on. I don't think we're gonna run that stage 6 gauge. I think we're gonna go with the vapor gauge, because I like the vapor gauge a lot more and it's cleaner. And I want to get rid of all the white details on this scooter because I don't really like the white. So, all right, we just pulled the throttle off, and as you can see, what I'm talking about is inside of here, inside the grip itself, down in there. It's kind of hard to see still, but down in there you see there's like a ball bearing around the inside of the grip. That's why this thing is so fat. Amazing design. It feels super smooth and butter smooth, but I just can't get over the feeling of the diameter of the grip. So here we got a classic one, an S231. These are very budget friendly. If you want to get some parts, always in the description of my videos will be the website to grab all the parts you need for all the scooters I work on. And you can use the code MOPBOYZ and save yourself some money at checkout. We're throwing this one on, boys, and it's going to feel a lot better, and it's the same one I run on all my scooters. So set this one aside for now, or use it on my bug eye build, but it's just not fitting for what I want on this scooter. And then we found whatever this is, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know if we should even let me just see what's going on here. We found some more with the Piaggio carb. The throttle cable was literally snapped at the threads into the top of the slide. There's no other piece broken off in here, so it must have happened beforehand. But it should have a bunch of threads like that. Alright, well, we got the Piaggio looking pretty again. So we got our new stem on there. We got the front brake, and it is absolutely dialed now. Like, this thing was super easy to bleed, which I'm surprised because usually it stops on a dime. Usually these things are a pain in the ass when you get a brand new lever to bleed, but super simple. We got the S23 quick throttle now, and feels perfect. Super dialed. Put all the plastics back on. Cleaned up some of the miscellaneous wiring that was for the stage 6 gauge. Since we're not wiring that in yet, I just cleaned it all out, so when we do go to wire it in, we can rerun everything correctly and how we want to. So undid all that, but everything else is looking good. Like I said, we do have a MOPBOYZ belt on here now, and I want to tune this thing. So now it is time to get some riding in on this, and we'll throw a new belt in and try to tune this 26mm carb for now, even though we have a new carbon intake coming very soon for this thing. We got one last thing before we go ride this thing, and it's to put the new belt on. So we're going to pop this cover off, and we got a brand new MOPBOYZ belt in there because what was in there was like a top performance belt, which aren't the best. I always like the MOPBOYZ belt, and so does Ryuk, so we're going to throw this bad boy in. And then, let's go pop some wheelies, boys. I don't know what tension this Contra is, the blue spring, but it feels pretty damn soft on here. So I might end up changing that eventually too. This is crazy to me how this clutch belt gets so stuck onto here. Alright, the clutch was pretty much on the lowest setting, so for the clutch springs, I just went through and just tightened it to a little bit past medium, and then let's go ahead and put the belt on. Get the MOPBOYZ belt on there. Like I said before, we were running, actually, we were running even worse, a Moto Force belt. Way worse. And it looks like this belt was actually a decent amount thinner than this MOPBOYZ belt, if you can tell. That's lined up on this side. It's a decent amount thinner too, so taller, and the grooves are a little bit worn. So this fresh MOPBOYZ belt should do some serious changes on this, honestly. Well, the shims I have don't even fit a Piaggio. That's funny. They literally don't fit. Huh. That's interesting. Alright, boys, let's go try out this Piaggio. Let's see what's going on now. Like I said, carb tuning, it's still too big of a carb for this setup. Like I said, this carb is still way too big. But at least we can it wants more fuel now. But we don't even have a temp gauge hooked up to this thing, so I don't want to beat on it too hard right now or really spend time trying to tune it. Like I said, I kind of want to go with the vapor gauge now, the Trail Tech gauge. The only sucky part is they don't have a fuel gauge on it, but okay, I can really feel a hump in the seat back here. That's kind of annoying. I don't know what that is. Oh, that brake feels good though. I gotta hold on. What's on the seat right here? There's like a bump in the bottom of the seat. Let's see what that is. Oh, I think it's the battery hump. Damn, you can feel it through the seat. Let's delete that. I felt like the pre-bug when you don't trim the seat and it has that big plastic hump. If you're doing a Thrill Seeker seat cover, make sure you watch the video where I install one and you actually trim the plastic part under your seat, because it is a game changer. I still feel it. I bet the seat has a reinforcement area right there for the battery. Piaggio boys, what is the seat coverage you guys run on these? I've seen a bunch of people with the aftermarket ones. I want an aftermarket seat cover on here, but I can't find one for Piaggio in the States. It actually feels pretty decent though, for just a half tune on it. Definitely feels better with the belt though, because I tried it with the other belt after I tuned it and there was still really sogginess to it. This belt changed a lot. It doesn't like when I go straight up. This thing feels really good. We just gotta, this seat is so slippery though. I want to get a new seat cover more than anything right now. Woo! We gotta get that new carb on there, boys. New carb. Next video, new carbon intake. We'll get this thing ripping. I see why people like these for stunting though. Let me tell you, it's a big body, but you can control this thing. I'm like pulling it back with my leg down here at the back. Come to a stop. Oh yeah, boys, we're gonna have fun on this thing. Woo! Oh ho ho! Oh, it did not like the burnout. That was hilarious. Alright, we can't get too ballsy with no temp gauge. I don't know how this motor's liking this tune I got in. Oh man, these bars gotta go, the carbs gotta go. We got more to come on the Typhoon, boys. That's gonna do it for this one. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.